to welcome you all to the Council Chamber in Oxford for your citizenship ceremony. And today I would like to give a very special welcome to our future new citizens who have come from India, South Africa, Hungary, Iran, Brazil, Pakistan, Yugoslavia, Vietnam, the Gambia, Kenya, China, Bangladesh, United States of America, the Philippines, Kosovo, Macedonia, Albania, the United Kingdom and Serbia. I didn't count all of those, but very many countries represented here today, so welcome. For many of you today is the final step in the process of becoming a British citizen, and this makes today a very special occasion for celebration. I'm now going to pause in the ceremony and invite Manoa forward to speak to you on behalf of the local and county-wide community.
Thank you very much, Lisa. And a very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. The process of achieving citizenship can be a long and often arduous procedure, but one which I hope you will agree is wholly worth the effort. We are privileged to have you joining our ranks as citizens. You gain full membership of a strong and I hope generous and welcoming community. Whilst our long history as a nation has seen us make mistakes internationally, we now have in the UK a tradition of fairness, of open dealing, of strong respect for justice and the rule of law, of a genuinely open and democratic system of government that is free of the taint of corruption and malpractice. A society in which, barring obvious limitations, free speech means what it says. The ability openly to express your views without fear of reprisal. Further, and although we have a way to go in some respects, we are increasingly a nation in which there is an opportunity for all to better themselves and the lives of their families, even during a very difficult recession. And we are a country in which generosity to the community at large is a substantial and effective feature of life. There is a large diversity of voluntary activity in which people, that is citizens, give of their time, energy, skills and enthusiasm to better or improve the lot of others. These are precious indeed in an uncertain and difficult world. The United Kingdom is a country of which it is really possible to be proud to be a citizen. There is a sense in which in becoming a British citizen, you are also making a commitment to the local community, to Oxfordshire in general, and to the town or village in which you live. So a few words to you about the diverse and fascinating county in which we live. It is of course beautiful and varied, with at its heart one of the finest and most splendid cities in the world, and it has a long and fascinating history. A few years ago, we celebrated our millennium, 1,000 years as a coherent unit of local government. Much has changed, of course, but in 1008, England was ruled by a king, and 1,000 years later, a descendant of that king sits on the throne as our queen. So this is one of the delights of England, the balance we have between tradition and modernity, the fact that we live in a modern and tolerant 21st century state which still retains and respects important elements of the past. It is very diverse in terms of all that goes on here. We have one of the highest concentrations of science in Europe at the Rutherford Appleton laboratories, in the Radcliffe group of hospitals, in the science departments of our 3 universities, and partly because of all of this, in the fast-growing cluster of more than 3,500 technology businesses, which employ almost 15% of the county's workforce. And we retain some older, hugely successful industries too. We are particularly proud that we celebrated the world's manufacturing centre for the Mini celebrating its 50th anniversary a couple of years ago. Because of the universities, we are a global centre for cultural activity. Many world-famous authors have lived in Oxford, and we are a centre of sporting expertise too. We have strong military presence, including 2 RAF stations at Benson and Brize Norton. and of course a centre of voluntary and philanthropic activity. The UK's largest development agency, Oxfam, is founded and it's still directed from here. The world's first hospice for children, Helen House, is in Oxford. And at the time of her Golden Jubilee, in 2002, the Queen associated with the celebrations a sense of belonging and pride in county, town, or community, a sense of sharing a common heritage enriched by the cultural, ethnic, and religious diversity of our 21st century society. And we open-heartedly share in that diversity. Our academic, cultural, and economic life are immeasurably enriched by those from abroad who have chosen to live and work in our country, and specifically in our county. So thank you for wanting to join us and for the commitment to this sense of belonging and pride which you have shown by taking part in today's ceremony. And of course, on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, congratulations on becoming British citizens.